I'm going to try and land my Su-33 on the Kuznetsov aircraft carrier. I'm at about 1000 meters altitude and I need to reduce speed and get down slowly to carrier altitude. I will cut the throttle back and reduce speed to 300 and then engage the flaps, gear and tailhook. When my speed is down to about 240, 250, I will engage the auto thrust, which will make sure that I fly with a constant speed without having to bother about the throttle. The aircraft carrier is barely visible due to the screen technology used in our sims, so at times I'll have to zoom in order to see which way the runway is oriented, because I need to come in pretty close to the axis of the runway. So I need to control my sinking speed very carefully. But the nice thing is I don't have to worry about the thrust, because if I don't use the auto thrust, it's very difficult to maintain the right speed. Now I'll go down slowly. The aircraft deck is at about 20-25 meters above the water. So I need to make sure that when I reach the carrier, I'm at about 30 to 40 meters radar altitude. So we are gradually approaching the aircraft carrier. It gets a bit more visible now. Obviously, we don't really see the runway. So if we want to make sure we come in on the right path, we need to zoom in and make sure that our flight path is centered along the runway axis. So for the time being, we will just concentrate on maintaining the right altitude or the right glide path down to the touchdown level. Getting quite close now, and you will see that at the last second or split second, we will have to make a significant correction to the axis. Coming close now, and our altitude is about right, I think. When we are close enough, we will see the ropes which are across the deck, which will catch the airplane if we come down right. So we see some dark horizontal lines. Okay, so now you see we'll need to make a radical correction to our flight path and now hit the ropes hopefully, and whoops, that did it. We did not get a excessive G warnings. That means we have not damaged our landing gear. So now the rope is pulling us back a little, and as we brake, we delay the movement so we don't go too far back. Also, we need to stop the thrust, the auto thrust, and move the throttle back to 0 very quickly. Otherwise, we will roll forward and drop into the water. Now, this aircraft carrier looks pretty abandoned. We don't see any people. It's almost like a ghost ship. Maybe they're just having a party and drinking vodka below the deck. Now, there's not enough real estate on the aircraft carrier, so I fold my wings and then I'm going to see where to park. There's nobody there. I have not read any tutorial. I have no guidance as to what to do, but there's some spots that look like parking slots. So I will turn around and go backwards a little and try to put my plane into one of those parking slots. Fortunately, the Su-33 turns on a very small radius, and the turning movement is very accurate. So with my folded wings, I'm going to roll forward slowly and look at the parking slots. I will pick one at the very rear, or pretty much at the rear, and hope that I'm far enough from the runway so the next landing fighter will not smash me. Actually, the simulation or the function that extracts the video from DCS-World has a little bug. It crashed just before I reached my parking spot, but we will leave it there. So this was a successful landing,